Morning, everybody. So. This is the day after Charlie Kirk got sniped. There's so much information, so many opinions, so much Kirkfuffle. You would think that Charlie Kirk was a president the way these people are acting. I'm finding out a lot of information I never knew about Charlie Kirk. He is the leader director of Turning Point USA. He spent much of his young age being a far right spokesperson, motivating young white people in colleges and all these campuses to come out and vote, to get politically engaged. And as part of his program, in my opinion, and the opinion of many, he was radicalizing young people. I have my own theories, but the question is, who bit Charlie's finger? Who bit Charlie's finger? Who did it? We already likely know it's going to be somebody who's pale. We know that, likely. But there are people who are blaming folk, right? They want to blame the Democrats. They want to blame some far left. I've even heard people, they say it's probably a transvestite. There are people who want, and they want so desperately to let it be somebody black violence. A white man dies at the hands of a black man. They want it to be that so bad. But this is Utah. And the likelihood of that is very low. They grabbed two random white men just so they could say they was doing something. And those men should shoot the hell out of them, right? Because they'll be doxxed and harassed because people don't read and people don't keep track of news. And their lives will forever be stained as a suspect for something they never did. The media is going to keep bothering them. It's terrible. They should sue. But ultimately, who really did it? Now you got Roger Stone, and they don't bring Roger Stone out except for special occasions. Roger Stone is now saying that he believes it was a political assassination. So it's got to be right a transvestite, or it's got to be a liberal, or it's got to be the Mossad. Is it the Mossad? There's some things I'm not considering. It could be the Mossad. Don't forget that Benjamin Netanyahu has made social media his business in America. He has. He's doing his rounds. Did he ask Charlie Kirk, can I come on your channel? And Charlie Kirk said, I don't think so. Did that happen? Did he tell Benjamin Netanyahu, you can't come on my platform, you can't speak? And this is the result. I'm just asking. I'm asking questions. Is it possible that the Mossad took out Charlie Kirk? Nobody wants to talk about that as a possibility. Now, my theory is this. I believe, hey, what's up? What's up, V Dub? I personally believe that APAC, Mossad, Israel, their goal, their ultimate goal is to stop conversations, to stop critical thinking, any criticism by any means necessary. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. They don't want it, especially among young people, right? This social media, they got to get it under control. And Charlie Kirk is very, very much in social media, right? He has influence. Now check this out. The reason why I say he said, "Oh, but Charlie Kirk is kind of neutral. He's a little pro-Israel." They wouldn't mess with him. He's an asset. Actually, they would. They would bite off Charlie's finger because he is creating the space and the platform, social media and in person, to influence young people. And you're like, but he's radicalizing the right. That's what they want. No, no, no. Think about it. They spent a lot of time and a lot of money. They, meaning the Jewish community, Israel, they spent a lot of time and a lot of money shutting up the left. No protests on campus, right? We'll start there. They shut the left down. We don't want critical thinking and critical conversations and political action on the left. We don't want that. We don't want any more pro-Palestinian protests. What we're going to do is we're going to shut it down. We're going to say that it's dangerous, it's unsafe, that it's a threat to Jews, that it's anti-Semitic. You're talking about Palestine and you're going against Israel. We're shutting down the left. If you're a foreign student, you got to go. We're going to take your visa. We're going to deny you. They had all these mafiosos in black clothing picking up activists and writers, right? On college campuses, taking kids off to jail, no protest. They changed policies. They called everything hate speech. They started saying, we're going to censor everybody and everything. You will not do anything that's anti Israel or criticism of Palestine and what's going on. You're not going to do it. They effectively shut down the left. And they're pulling laws out of their ass, okay? But we got a problem. The conversations on campuses are still happening, but it's on the right. That's good, right? Nope. Mm-mm. They need to shut it down. They want silence. They want nobody talking about anything, especially not young people, especially not on college campuses where people can organize and they have they have time, they have skills, and they want to do something because they're young and vibrant. We don't need anybody giving space to anybody to talk about the topic at all because we can't control it. We want to control everything, and we can't control how these conversations go. So we need to shut down all political conversations and criticism or questions about Israel. We got to do it. We got to. And who is still keeping conversations going? Who's on social media? These clips are going viral. Charlie Kirk. Who is still coming on campuses talking about the issue? We don't want anybody to talk about the issue. We just don't need it because those conversations can't be controlled. They're spontaneous and they're going viral. They're going into social media. They're causing people to keep talking about it. We need silence on campuses. We need silence in social media. We don't want dialogue. We don't want critical thinking. We don't want none of that. Charlie Kirk, you're a problem. Because you know what you do, Charlie Kirk? You come onto college campuses, and all those people in the audience are sending your information and what you're doing out into the cyber world, social media. That's right. Every phone that's there is recording and sending it out. Every time you do this, multiply that exponentially. Where does that information end up? All over the world. Everybody can see it. Everybody can keep talking about it. When you come to these college campuses, what do you want to talk to? Who do you want to talk to? You want to talk to the liberals. So guess what you're doing? You're giving the liberals a chance to speak their mind. And they all want to talk about what? Palestine and Israel. So you think you're doing some service to us because you're arguing with the liberals. But what you're doing is platforming the liberals in their most important points. You are platforming the liberals and giving them a voice. You are amplifying their voice. We said we wanted silence, Charlie Kirk. Now, who knows? Maybe he got a call. They said, we need you to stop doing this. And he said, no, this is how I make my living. Who knows?
Good morning. Good morning.
One
Get
moment.
started for you today.
Yes. Can I please get a um, a grande green tea cappuccino? What do you call it? Matcha latte.
Ice or hot?
Hot.
Okay.
Extra sweetener.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also like to get the turkey and mozzarella on focaccia.
I got you.
And that'll be all.
Okay. Give me 2 moments here, real quick. Everything looks correct on screen for you.
It does.
Fantastic. Fine. Okay. 13, 18. I'll see you guys here.
All right, thank you. So think about that. Think about that. He is amplifying the liberals' talking point. Oh, they got pecan. Oh, they got a pecans right. Oh my. So think about that. He is amplifying the voices of dissent on college campuses for liberals. Maybe, just maybe, he got a call, just like he did. And this is not unusual. He got a call. He fucked up. Where did he fuck up? He fucked up not long ago. Turning Point USA had their biggest convention. That convention, something unforgivable happened as far as Israel is concerned. What happened at Turning Point USA a couple months ago when they had their convention? I'll tell you what happened. The right got radical right, and they started talking shit about Israel. They started talking shit about Trump. They started criticizing AIPAC. Oh no, this is not what Israel needed. This young, vibrant white man who's on the right, and he's got this platform, and all of the right commentators and the audience is, yeah, that's right, America first. Get rid of AIPAC. Yeah, yeah. What about that? We don't support Israel. Defund Israel. Oh man, that shit went all the way the fuck left. And guess what? Israel wants silence from America because we financed this. And what did Trump do? He called Netanyahu and he said, listen, I'm losing support for you on the right. I'm losing support. Turning Point USA did deep damage to Israel and its whole plot to conquer America. It did deep, unrepairable damage. It sparked anti Israel sentiments. It amplified anti, hey, what's up? What's up, Gen Z? It amplified, hey, what's up, Woo? Turning Point USA, that convention, the Israelis could not control. Hello.
Yeah, it's going.
Good, good.
Gonna hand that to me.
Okay.
16, 18 for you today. Feeling good?
Very good.
Nice.
All right. That was a message. A straw?
Sleeve.
Yeah, I took a sleeve.
Take a straw too. Right?
Yeah, a straw too. I'm at Starbucks. Y'all give me a second. Thank you. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. As I was saying, Israel is afraid of any social media that cannot be controlled. Charlie Kirk's conversations always go viral. They end up on Twitter. They end up everywhere. That's a message they cannot control. They want fucking silence. What do y'all not understand? They have effectively silenced the left. And Charlie Kirk turns around with his little rinky dink campus tours and his little social media platform and all the thousands in the crowd who are broadcasting this shit. He turns around. I'm finna pull over here and drink my shit. He turns around and he proceeds to give those same people that they have effectively spent millions of dollars to silence. He proceeds to give these people a platform campus by campus. In those arguments, in those arguments, it is exposing Israel. So maybe, just maybe, Charlie Kirk got a call. Maybe he got a call, right? Maybe he got a call and they said, look, little boy, we know you mean well. We know you on the right. We know all of that. But we need you to shut your ass up. We need you to stop doing them campus tours. How about that? We need you to stop amplifying the conversations on the campuses. We need silence. We need political conversation, political anything on college campuses to stop because we can't control it. And we're Israel and we want to control it. And you can't control your crowd. You couldn't control that convention. Once they got to going, Megyn Kelly was there. I believe Tucker Carlson was there. They were very anti-Israel. So you didn't already fucked up. So what we need you to do is stop doing your little campus tours. It was cute, but we're done. We need you to stop doing that. We need you to slow down on your social media, and we're going to tell you your messaging. And we're going to begin by having Netanyahu come on your fucking platform. Maybe he got that call. And am I far fetched to say that? No, I'm not. Because after Turning Point USA, guess what? He got a call from Trump. Trump told him, don't talk about the Epstein files. He literally got a call from Trump, told him, do not talk about the Epstein files. They've been telling Charlie Kirk what to say and what not to say. I would submit to you, it is a possibility that they told Charlie Kirk, no more campus tours, no more this, no more that. And that young man said, oh, wait a minute, I'm an American. I'm going to do what I want to do. You're not going to stop me. I've been doing this. This is all I know how to do. This is my bread and butter. And you know what? That's okay. Go ahead and keep on giving them microphones to them liberals on campuses like we told you not to. Keep it up. Try your luck, bruh. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he don't want to listen. Maybe he's hard headed. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments. You said this might be a political unaliving, but could also just be a gay or trans white male that has self-righteous agenda and wants to take Charlie out. This was said on Grandmaster Troll. There was a lady who said that. That's an interesting point. I wonder, are trans really like that invested? You know what I mean? Are trans really that invested like that? That's interesting. And do they believe in this trans shit so much that you want to kill somebody over it? Maybe. Those campus debates are deadly. Hell yeah, they're deadly. That's what they're gonna say. No more political conversations on campuses. It makes everybody unsafe. No more protests, no more left, no more right. We need silence from young people. We're going to censor all political conversation, organizing. We're banning it from all colleges. There's no freedom of speech, no political speech, no protest, no gatherings, no debates, no nothing. Maybe, just maybe, the Israel lobby, APAC, and others will have Congress pass a law that says no more political engagement on campuses. No organizing, no political clubs, no nothing. It's dangerous. And all of it turns out anti Semitic, right? Would Congress pass it? Hell yeah. Argue with me if you think they won't. That's what they're going to say. Politics is dangerous, and we can't keep our campuses safe because people are talking. Look at Charlie Kirk. He's the fall guy, he's the foil. Charlie made enemies of all races, religion, and sex. He did. And see, that's the thing. When you think about it, you eat, sleep, and breathe hate. You eat, sleep, and breathe it. You make all your money off hate. I'm doing more research on Charlie Kirk. I'm finding out he was motherfucking underdog. He was not brilliant. He was not smart. This motherfucker ain't even went to college. Okay? He did not rise through the ranks, right? Go to the Ivy League school. None of that. This motherfucker is not even self-made. Somebody saw him write something, and they said he just wasn't that bright. He wasn't that smart. They said he should have been going to the military. He's from Chicago. I didn't know he's from Chicago. But he's not your typical, Washington bred politician or political lobbyist. He's not. He's not the typical one. Usually they go to the best schools, George Washington University, Duke, Harvard, and they go from there. He's got no education. This is all he's got. This kicking up shit. This is all he's got. Being divisiveness. You don't need an education to be divisive. And guess what? He doesn't have to make up any of this stuff. Those talking points exist, right? All the rhetoric already exists. All he got to do is memorize it. All he's got to do is memorize the talking points. He don't got to do nothing special. He doesn't have to do research. All he has to do is regurgitate what has been given to him. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. So it didn't take brains and brilliance to do this. Somebody led him. He's got the Midas touch. Candace keeps talking about the Midas touch. These hand-picked young people, just like they do in Hollywood. Okay, I'm going to read the next. I don't believe this is political. I think it's kind of taking the blame from the real problem, white male fragility. Oh, yeah. You said Myron Gaines is shaking in his sand boots. Sand boots. He's shaking in his boots. Is he? What is going on with Myron? He's scared. He should be scared because he be talking all that shit. Now I believe somebody black would take his ass out. But black people, we don't really care about talk. You know, we don't really care about talk like that. But it could be. It could be. It could be just a random person that's tired of his shit. Just like you had that guy with the that took out the United Healthcare. It could just be somebody who's like, you know what, somebody got to do it. Fuck it. And white men are fragile. We need to have the conversation. And this is why this is kind of like the ancestors are speaking. Because here you are in white ass Utah at a white ass school with a crowd of white ass people, and your white ass is getting shot by likely a what? White male. But you talking about gang violence. You talking about people of color. Now look at that. Even Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, he had a white woman come to his house and harass him, right? He had a white man sniper come to his house to shoot him. He ain't actually had none of these people have any interaction with black people that's violent. The only people that's shooting up shit and shooting up schools is white men. And nobody wants to have that conversation. Nobody. They want to talk about black people. Why black people don't go and shoot schools and shoot up shit. We don't do that. We don't go in grocery stores and just decide we're gonna blast everybody away. Black people don't do that. We are the type of people when you see us shooting somebody, it's personal. You have done something to deserve your shooting, okay? We don't waste bullets on strangers. We just don't fucking do it. When you see a black person punch somebody in their face, that person did it. Unless they crazy. You got to be crazy if you black. We're just on code. We're on code. Okay, let me go. He said, yeah, uneducated leader, and that's why he talks so much shit about blacks. Black educated people. Oh, they be jealous. He is the type I see around SMU in Dallas. He's the type. Really? Myron Gaines canceled his campus. No, no, woo. Say what? He canceled his appearance. No. Mm-mm. Mr. Somalia, wherever the fuck you are. Take your big ass out there. You so big and bad. See, that's the thing. These motherfuckers be cowards. They talk all that shit. They talk all that shit online. And see, that's a keyboard coward, right? Anybody can get on the internet behind a microphone and talk that shit. But when it get down to it, are you really about that life? Can you back up what you say? Are you willing to die for it? Are you willing to fucking die for it? That's the question. There's gonna be another Charlie that will come out of nowhere and just keep it going. Woo, Myron don't want to be next. He don't want to be next. Um, Myron came to the land of milk and honey to make it, and that's the thing. You got to ask yourself. This is the moment of truth for any grifter. I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. Candace canceled her show yesterday. Silent as fuck. Ain't nobody heard from Candace. Okay, Candace canceled her show. Nick Fuentes canceled his show. Silence. Is that not what Israel probably wants? Silence. Y'all all shut the fuck up. We got y'all scared. Is that not what somebody wants to shut it down? I'm sure Democrats are very happy that they getting shut up. I don't personally think it's Democrats or any crazy liberal. I don't think so. Hmm. I don't think so. I have a feeling because the person got away, the person wasn't messy, the person had a really good shot, the person had planned. It's very, very planned out. This person, whoever did this, is is former military, in my opinion. They got some training, former military or police, something like that. This ain't no average Joe. And then the question is, there was some people behind Charlie Kirk, and they was doing some strange movements and shit. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do wonder what were y'all doing? What was that? Them pulling ears and all that type of shit. Now I know security, they tend to do symbols and signs and stuff like that. But when you are security, you're supposed to have on an earplug and you communicate that way. So all them arm movements and pulling ears and hats happens, that was very strange. If you are on a scope at a distance, you might have those type of signals. I'm just saying. And I watched in slow motion those responses from those two men standing directly behind him. And I'm sorry, but they don't look very surprised. You naturally jump, right? but they don't look totally surprised. Matter of fact, the one with the camera kept recording. Very interesting shit. He said Myron's supporters on video begged him not to do it today. I'm gonna send you the video in text. Okay, yeah, send it to me. They begged him not to do it. They know, look, a lot of these people ain't about their life. You gotta ask yourself, are you willing to die for it? I'll tell you one thing about Martin Luther King. Anytime I listen to that last speech he had, I forgot the name of it. What is it called? I think it's called oh man. I think it's something about the mountain. I can't remember. But he says, I may not get there with you. You know? That part right there, that shit, you can see the tears in his eyes. I watch that shit every damn MLK. I don't do parades and I don't go do a whole bunch of stuff, but I always watch on Martin Luther King Jr. National Holiday. I always watch that speech. And I say to myself, this man was letting us know he knew that day that he was going to give his life because he was born for this mission. And he knew that the price to pay was his life. He knew it. You can see it in his eyes. You hear it in his voice. That shit rattles me every time I listen to it. That is a fucking leader. That black man died for his people and he walked with dignity right into the darkness, right into it. No fear. These motherfuckers out here is paper dolls, toy soldiers, grifters, fakey fakes. They don't believe this shit. They are motivated by money. Nah, Myron, get your motherfucking ass out there. Be like King. Stand your ass up in it. Why you running, motherfucker? Why you running? I'm just saying. Do you really, really believe? Are you willing to give your life? Are you? What's up, Queen? People are saying this is the death of free speech, and free speech comes at a price. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because this ain't gonna be no death of free speech for me or nobody. I tell you one thing. One thing about Miss May May, I believe in free speech. I'm not no diehard patriot, but I believe in my motherfucking rights. Okay, and I'm finna tell you one thing. One thing I'm finna tell you is that ain't nobody gonna silence me. I'm never gonna stop talking. I'm never gonna shut the fuck up. And there's a lot of people like me. When it comes to politics and all kind of other stuff out here in the world, they think they're gonna silence people. Man, I got one of the biggest mouths. I believe in free speech. You're not gonna tell me not to say shit. I've had so many runs in with freedom of speech in my life. I'll tell y'all what, I'm not gonna go into it, but I'm gonna tell you a couple of brief situations. I had a situation where they're doing kids wrong at schools. And when I raise my voice and I say something, they don't want to listen. You know what I do? I call the motherfucking news. That's what I did. My whole career. I'm not ashamed of it. They would have kids sitting in school with no fucking air conditioning and they don't call the parents. They don't move the kids. Now when it comes to the white kids, they'll end the school day and move the kids to a whole different school and they'll fix the air conditioning next day. They'll have black kids sitting in high heat. You know what I do? I call the motherfucking news. That shit ain't right. Y'all ain't treating kids the same. I'ma call the news on you. I've been doing that for years. When I see fuck shit in the school district, you can't silence me. I will find a way. I will find a way. You understand? Had the same thing. I had to call the governor in and all kind of other people because of 2020, no motherfucking computers. Kids stuck at home. Y'all lied to the parents, one-to-one devices. Black kids, poor kids never got no devices. And they lying. They hiding it. I called the Atlanta Journal Constitution. I said, hey, I got a story for you. Put my name. Put my name at the top. First line. I'll show it to y'all. I don't even care. This shit gonna go to the governor. I don't give a fuck. They ain't gonna silence me. You know, first thing that happened, Sunday morning, I get a call from the superintendent of DeKalb County School. Y'all know how big this county is. When you get a call from the superintendent of schools with your principal on the phone on a Sunday morning, you know you done fucked up. You know you fucked up. That's the first thing they said, Miss Freeman, How could you do this? Your story that you're on, it has your name. How could you do this? How could you call the media? I said, because I had to. I tried to talk to y'all. You didn't want to listen to me. So I called the media. And I told them, I said, I've been doing that. Well, you do realize it's against policy. You can't do that. I said, I did it, though. I did it. Well, you know that puts your job at jeopardy. I said, well, you know what? It just happens to be that in 2020, I haven't signed my papers because I'm not signing my contract. Do y'all know that? Did you notice? Out of all these 16, 17 years, I signed my contract already. I'm not. I didn't sign a contract. You want to check HR before you had this conversation. I've already resigned. I'm not coming back. I got a business I want to run. I've been planning this for 2 years. They was they were like, but that's our card. That's our card. We can tell you we're gonna fire you. You can't fire me. I'm resigning before any of this happened. Do you think I'm stupid? I've been calling the media all this time. I told him to put my name at the top because I'm not gonna be a contracted teacher anymore. I'm leaving education. That's why I told him to put my name at the top because I knew I would get this call. I knew you would try to threaten my job, but you should have checked HR to find out that I didn't sign a contract and I already put my letter of resignation in. Okay, I did that in March, and when you're calling me is what? Fucking May. Good luck. Good luck. No, that was April. I think it was April. This conversation happened in April, I believe. Anyway, enough about me. You will not silence Miss May May. I'm not gonna be silent. I done had the Confederates try to shut me up. I done had different people with lawsuits try. You're not gonna shut me up. We have to, y'all. We have to believe in the power of the voice. You can't let nobody shut you the fuck up. You said free speech comes with responsibilities. You got to be willing to take what comes with it. Exactly. Exactly. Know that when you speak, you can lose your job. Know when you speak, you can get put out the military. Know when you speak, you can lose your public office. You got to know that. Let me ask y'all something. Woo, and Queen, y'all type in the chat or the comments when y'all get a chance. When would be a good time to have a conversation that I want to have to schedule? I didn't really schedule. I put on the 17th, but I wanted to have that live um about the white dude. That's something we need to talk about. These black women are getting sniped by white men too, running into the arms of white men. Are they crazy? Are they nuts? What the whole fuck? White men are dangerous. I'm just being honest. White men are dangerous, y'all. When I see a black man, I see somebody who's gonna help me, save me, somebody who's gonna see me and connect to me naturally because I'm black and I'm a female. That's how I see black men. I feel like I'm safety. Black men are safety to me. Out of all the people in the world, and I think about an Asian man, he don't give a fuck about me. If I get in a situation, he probably just gonna look and be like, "Oh well." If I see a Latino man, he don't bring no like comfort to me. He might be a nice person, but I don't expect nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a black man. You see this black man right here? Like if right now, if I fell down on the ground or something, he would come over and be like, "Sister, you okay? Can I help you, sister?" You know what I'm saying? And I do the same for him. If I saw the police harassing him, I go over there with my camera and I'd be like, "Hey, wait a minute, hold up, what's going on?" You see what I'm saying? There's a brotherhood, sisterhood going on. I feel that. I don't know how y'all feel, but I feel that. When I see black men, I see protection. I see a pair of arms or legs or consciousness that would care about me naturally. I see that. Black men are good to me. I'm not being no mammy and shit. I'm just telling y'all. When I think of is an Arab man gonna save me, an Indian man, or are they gonna care about me or have any affection towards me as a stranger? Nope. Mm-mm. I expect absolutely nothing. I'm just being honest. And a white man, I see danger. And God damn, when I see white men, I be watching their ass. I be like, what he gonna do? I swear to God, I'm petrified of white men. I think they are the most dangerous fucking things walking on the planet. It's like I see a white man like I see a pit bull. And motherfucker might not be biting, but he got all the potential to fuck everybody in this room up. Okay? That is due to the divestment movement. Yeah, let them bitches walk right on in. Go put your head in the alligator's mouth, dumb bitch. Take your black, stupid bitch ass and go put your head in the alligator's mouth. Do that. See how that turn out. Dummy. Other groups typically don't sympathize with black women. because they see us as strong. Right. Nobody's gonna fucking care. I don't expect no man of any other nationality or color to give a fuck about me. The most they might do in public if something were to go down is probably look, and I'd be lucky if they were to say something on my behalf. But I don't expect nothing. But I'm in Atlanta too. I know I'm in Atlanta. And in Atlanta, we got some brotherhood, sisterhood. You know, we don't code in Atlanta. It's just a code here. I don't know about other parts of America. I ain't lived there. But we got a code here. We acknowledge each other. We speak to each other. How you doing, brother? Good. I'm doing good, sister. How you doing? That's how we operate in Atlanta. We all connect naturally. We're all naturally at peace. We all copacetic with each other. We don't have no problems because it ain't no fucking problems. We don't. And the people who is fighting and acting stupid, they're young and they usually ghetto. They're usually young and ghetto. They're not over where the rest of us older, functional working people are. But anyway, Charlie Kirk, so I want to talk about it. Y'all tell me later in the comments or whatever when is a good time. What is a time range? Uh, Monday, weekday, weekend, morning, night. Because I want to have this conversation. I really want to explore black women and what business we think we have with white men. I want to know. And I want a diverse amount of conversation. So I have to reschedule it to a point that I'm mostly particularly interested in those who can come on the panel. I don't want to sit up there talking to my damn self from the chat. Anyway, um, but yeah, who bit on Charlie Kirk's finger? Who did it? Now the question is, there's a price to pay. Let's talk about that. And metaphysically, there is a price to pay for everything. Nothing in this world is free, metaphysically. There is a price to pay for freedom. There's a price to pay for happiness. There's a price to pay for security, stability. There's a price to pay for everything. A lot of people just think you just get shit in life. No, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. There's always a price that must be paid for everything. If you think anything out here is free, you're a fool. Okay? There's a price to pay. What is the price tag on that? You got to be willing to pay the piper because life is a give and exchange. It's a give and take, give and take. It's an exchange. Nothing is free. It may look free. You may think it's free. It's not fucking free. So Charlie Kirk, he had to pay a price, y'all. He had to pay a price for ascendancy, rapid ascendancy. For you to become a millionaire, to be famous, right? You had to sacrifice people. You sacrifice blacks. And I'm not on the gay shit, but you sacrifice gay people. You sacrifice the dignity of Americans. You sacrifice the people of Gaza. This motherfucker sat his ass up there and he said that there's no real people in Gaza starving. They showed him a fucking picture of a baby. Oh, that's not real. This is just a war in optics. That's what he said. Nobody's starving. They made that picture up. That's not true. Israel is not starving anybody. He sat up there and told that bold-faced lie. So you had to pay the price for who? All the babies in Gaza, Charlie Kirk. The ancestors are busy. Do you think black people are the only ones with ancestors? Do you? Huh? You got to pay the price for the dead babies, the starving children, the women getting blowed up, and you co-sign. You got to pay the price, Charlie. The price bit your finger off. Okay? You got to pay the price to all these black people and the struggle, the disrespect. You got to pay a price. Y'all know this motherfucker sat there and he said that we need law and order. I sat there and watched him. What is his name, y'all? What is his name? I'm just having a brain problem at this second. What's the brother who got Derek Chauvin? What's his name? You said weekdays will be better. What's the brother that died? I can't breathe. I know his name. It's just right now I can't pull it up. What's the brother's name? But that man, he sat there and said that Derek Chauvin was well within his rights to kill that black man. That's what he said. He said he was simply doing his job. He said he was doing a maneuver that he had been taught. And he said, well, how long are you supposed to, the person interviewing Charlie Kirk, he said, well, how long are you supposed to keep your knee on somebody's neck? Till they're dead? Till they're unconscious? How long was that supposed to happen? He made up every excuse he could to why that brother had to be dead. He even said that it was drugs, not the police and their pressure on his neck. And they kept the pressure on his neck well after he was dead. He said it was the drugs. Any instance that Charlie Kirk could find to blame black people for hate, acts of violence done against black people, he would co-sign it. He co-signs the blowing up of all these random countries by Israel. He co-signs everything. There is a price, Charlie. Charlie, there's a price to pay for your rapid ascendancy. There is a price to pay for all that hate talk. You eat, sleep, and breathe hate, Charlie. I even said this to Tupac. I was like, listen, Tupac, you only talked about death. You did whole albums. You rapped for hours, repeat cycles. You wrote lyrics about death, death, death. You kept constantly talking about death. Baby, don't y'all understand? You will become what you talk about. You will become what you think about. This is basic manifestation, basic alchemy. You are inviting death into your life. Charlie Kirk invited hate into his life. His bread and butter, his home, his money, his career was hate. He thrived on hate. Brother, you embody hate. You are a walking, talking, hateful white son of a bitch. You are so embedded in hate that you don't know what else to do. You created a convention around hate. You spread hate. You make hate viral. You on social media spreading your hate. Your hate is going exponentially further than you ever imagined. You give other people righteous indignation to continue to hate. You help people become extremists, Charlie. There is a price to pay for that. Charlie, the price you have to pay for a complete life that is focused on hate, hate speech, hating on black people, blaming black people, Arab people, loving death, hating justice, all of that stuff. That hate, you eat, sleep, and breathe it. Everything that man has from his youngest age comes from what, y'all? The promotion of hate. You cannot think that you can eat, sleep, breathe everything you have, everything you are, everything you do that day. You tell these lies. You misrepresent the truth. You embody hate, Charlie. And it's going to cost you your what, Charlie? Charlie, what is it going to cost you? What's the price, Charlie, for all your fame, fortune that was built on hate? What is the price, Charlie? The price was your neck, the place from which you speak. Hmm. You lost your voice, Charlie. That was the price, Charlie. You lost your ability to swallow, Charlie. You will not eat anymore, Charlie. Your esophagus is blowed out. Your windpipes. You lost your windpipes. That's in your neck, your throat. You will not breathe anymore, Charlie. Your last moments of life, you were guzzling your own blood, consuming yourself. You were cannibalizing yourself. Your last moments, your last seconds of life, you were eating your literal bloody self. Blood all down your throat, blood all down, filling all your cavities. You got blood in your stomach. All your blood went down. You ate yourself, Charlie. You are now self cannibalized. You will not speak through that throat. You will not drink through that throat. You will not eat through that throat. You will not consume anything. And guess what? You can't speak, you can't eat. And most importantly, guess what, Charlie? You can't stand up. And guess what, Charlie? The price, the price of your throat, your neck, you can't stand up, you can't speak no more. But most importantly, Charlie, you can't live anymore. The price was your life. The price for all that hate and all that bullshit that you've been doing for years and years and years, and you continued and would have continued to how old? God was not going to let that happen. What do they say? God protects babies and fools. Which one? Which one was God protecting? God was protecting babies. Because, see, when you're 18 and 17 and 16 and you don't know any better, that's God protecting the youth. It cost him his life. It cost Charlie Kirk his life. It cost him his life. So that's all I got today. I do believe that this is going to be a very big turning point. I think this is going to be one of those moments. It's a pivotal moment. It'll shape human history going forward. I think a lot of people who are grifting are going to shut the fuck up and find something else to talk about. I think people who are not willing to die for what the fuck they say they believe in, they're going to shift the narrative or go a different direction. Um, I saw Russell Brand do that. Russell Brand, his life flashed before him, and all of a sudden this motherfucker knew, brand new person, right? I think Donald Trump is going to start thinking differently. He's going to do his little rhetoric and shit, but he's on his way out anyway. I think was it Vance? I think Vance is going to have some second thoughts. I think a lot of people are going to get to thinking because it's easier to think, oh, it could be a political blah, blah, blah. It's easy to stomach. It's easy to stomach if you say it's some random crazy trans person, right? It's easy to think, oh, it could be the Mossad, it could be this, it could be that. But the one thing that you can't control is that random, unknown, everyday person who just says enough is enough. That's the one you need to worry about. Nobody, they don't have no plans. They don't communicate to nobody. You can't find the plot. You can't stop them ahead of time. It's just one motherfucker on a mission. That's the one you want to be worried about. They can be anywhere at any time, and there's no fucking evidence that they're on the way or that they are present. And they'll be gone, whether they take themselves out or they disappear into the distance and never to be found. Charlie Kirk don't have uh whoever shot him, they don't have that person. And I'm not trying to be funny, but y'all enjoy all of the commentary. That's all I can say. Enjoy it. It's moments like these where the ancestors say, and now we have justice. It's moments like this where the ancestors say, and now we have justice. Just saying. I'm enjoying the fucking comments. I'm enjoying the commentary. And let me say this too. I've realized that I am actually an accelerationist. I didn't realize that about myself. I didn't even know what to call myself. But ever since all this shit started happening, I am an accelerationist. I am bathing in the chaos. I am bathing in it because it's necessary. There is a lesson that needs to be taught, and America needs to learn it. We need to learn the price of freedom, and we need to respect freedom. We need to learn the price of justice, and we need to respect justice, and the price of leadership and democracy. We got to learn that shit because we apparently did not master that. We let this one orange motherfucker come in and change this whole goddamn country for the worse. I want him to drive America into the fucking ground. I want this shit to be so third world that we learn a lesson that we will never, in my generation, I might not see it recover, but we're going to learn a lesson. We're teaching a lesson to Generation Z and A. They're going to learn from us. They're going to look at us, Generation X, right? Even millennials, they're going to learn. They're going to say Generation X and above, they fucked up. They fucked up. Yeah, some of y'all, some of y'all actually did vote for them. Millennials voted for him. Yeah, true. But we're going to learn this lesson together. When we all start having financial problems, when our businesses start failing, when the economy starts crashing, when motherfuckers is crashing out. I mean, at this point, you can't even go to the fucking grocery store and not think twice. Is somebody gonna fuck me up? Here in Atlanta, the dude went to the CVS, which is a drugstore, and he took himself out inside the fucking CVS. You can't even go to the drugstore and guarantee your freedom. You can't go to the motherfucking mall. You can't go to a fucking festival. You can't go to a Christmas Day parade. You can't go to a fucking marathon outside. Any large gathering. I mean, only thing that ain't happened yet is somebody blowing up a fucking stadium with a bunch of people in it. That's the only thing that ain't happened yet. But you got people mowing down people in Mardi Gras and shit. You see what I'm saying? This country is in chaos. And I hate the carnage, but I love the fucking lesson. I want this shit to speed up, speed up, speed up. So I am glad that Charlie Kirk helped to have a pivotal moment that America will never forget. We need impact, impact, impact. We need motherfuckers to have their heads spinning in chaos so they can understand the cost of democracy, so they can understand the respect you must have and guard your shit with your life and be willing to die for it. That's what we need. I'm an accelerationist. I gotta go. Ashe. Y'all have a good day.